So there's something when it comes to our wounds and our past traumas and how it affects who we attract into our life. That's why many of the time when it comes to relationships, many people say, why am I keep attracting the same idiots in my life, right? Because a lot of it has to do with our psychological wounds. And that's why in this video, I want to break down for you 5 key points we need to understand when it comes to how to deal with these wounds or unconscious behavior or negative beliefs or blockages when it comes to love and relationship. But aside from that, at the end of the video, what I want to do is I want to break down for you some practical steps that you can get doing today. And when you get doing today and practicing today, guess what will happen? You're going to shift your mind, therefore shifting your reality. Because you shift your vibrations, you're going to be able to cleanse yourself, clear yourself, finally. Let all those old traumas go. What we need to understand, first of all, with the first point, if you're taking notes, please do write this down, is what about the law of attraction and wounds? How does it all work? Well, first of all, we draw people into our lives who reflect our unhealed emotional scars. And that's actually why a lot of the time you get people in the personal development field who say, yeah, I think positive every day. At the same time, why am I attracting problem relationships? And if you are attracting those problem relationships or people with actually a lot of pain or people who are reflecting that pain on you, it's most likely that deep down inside you have some unresolved, unhealed emotional scars, whether it's conscious or unconscious, is still happening in there, right? Now, there are familiar patterns often involve repeating cycles of past traumas in relationships, meaning that it could be that your past relationship, I don't know, somebody cheated on you or somebody said something or did something or left you or whatever it was, and suddenly it's created this scar or this trauma. Like I said, at the end of this video, I'm going to break down for you how to actually deal with these things, what you should look at. What we need to understand is that our unresolved issues create energetic vibrations that resonate with similar vibrations in others. Again, I'm going back to the fact of manifestation that we always talk about. You don't manifest what you are, you don't manifest what you want, you manifest what you are. So in that sense, then you unconsciously are the vibrations of your traumas from the past, and therefore you attract people with similar type of wounds, problems. And that's why when it comes to relationships, I really don't agree when people call that term, I want to attract or manifest my other half. Because even that line alone is just saying that you're only half. But the real question is, what if you were whole, right? Take that a moment. If you were whole, you're everything, you're full, you're love, you're joy, you're 100%. Guess what? The one you attract will be 100%. Wouldn't that be amazing? Right? So that's the first part of it, understanding the law of attraction and wounds and how it affects everything. The second part, which is always the first key step to change, right, is what to do with self-awareness. Because self-awareness is the key to transformation. Why? I always say you cannot change what you cannot see. We all have blind spots. When you drive and there's a blind spot in the mirror where you can't see right next to your car, we all have blind spots. There's parts that we don't see. And how does it happen? Actually, because we're in this illusion of a world from depending on the perspective, depending on how we feel that day, right? You'll find that when you feel happier, you just feel that people look more beautiful, right? When you don't feel as happy, you just feel everyone looks ugly, right? The perception changes, the illusion starts beginning from the way you think and the way you feel. So when we understand that, what happens, we always distort our wounds. We don't see it. And that's why sometimes when you look back at a photo from many years ago, or maybe even just 1 or 2 years ago, and then you look back, oh my God, why did I put on so much weight? I didn't even know I was so, you say that word, right? That 3-letter word, you say, wow, I didn't know I was so that back then. Well, how did you not know? Did you never look in the mirror? Yeah, you did. But it was your blind spot. So when we understand that we have blind spots, guess what? Well, we need to first recognize our psychological wounds, because that's the first step to our healing. What else? We need to do some self-reflection. I always recommend people to do journaling. Why? Because then you can unveil patterns in your relationships, right? So write down, How is your relationship right now with yourself and with your, don't say other half, your partner? What about the past relationship? What about the one before that? And try to start piecing together the jigsaw. Hey, wait there a second, right? You suddenly become Sherlock Holmes and you're finding all these clues and you're like, hey, wait there a second. They all have these things in common. Why is that? I'll tell you why. Because it's you. I remember when my old mentor used to always say, do this. I want you to do it with me now. I know this looks a bit stupid, but we're going to do it. Do this. And then he used to say, switch it around. Just remember that now. Every time you point the finger outwards, why did she do that to me? Why did he do that to me? Why did she say that? No, point in the finger inwards and say, what am I to attract this? Who am I to attract this? That will start gaining your self-reflection and self-awareness, right? And then you'll start slowly shifting into understanding the root causes of your wounds. Where did it come from? Ask this question, where did it come from? Maybe it was a childhood thing. Maybe I seen my dad leave my mom. Maybe I seen someone argue. Maybe I seen what did I see? Or maybe a personal experience. Something happened before. That's what created the wound. Find the root cause, because once you find the root cause, you will allow for conscious change. If you don't find it, very hard to shift it, right? Always understand that awareness is the catalyst for healing. Always. Moving on to the third point. We're getting there. So when we get to the end of this, like I said, I want to give you some practical tips if you want to manifest healthy love. We're going to give you that. So the third part of understanding is that is to do with healing old traumas. Now, what do we need to know about this? Well, first of all, you need to be powerful and courage enough. Have the courage to actually embrace your vulnerability. Because healing old traumas requires you to bring to surface level what has happened in the past. Maybe to talk about it, maybe to document on it, maybe to journal on it, maybe to get coached on it, maybe to get some help around it. So there's an element of vulnerability there. You are opening yourself up raw naked and saying, yes, this is who I am right now. Now, it doesn't matter whether it's good, bad, ugly, whatever, it doesn't matter. But at least I have the courage to say, yes, I recognize that my vulnerability is my power here to actually heal my old traumas. So that vulnerability will allow you to confront your and heal your past, right? The past pain. Now, what can we do to actually help this? Well, we can do techniques like meditation or breath work or energy healing. All of these three things can help the healing process. So when it comes to meditation, I always recommend to people start with witnessing meditation. Because if you start witnessing, what is the pain that I'm feeling? What are the negative thoughts or limiting beliefs that I may have? Once you start witnessing that in your meditation, then you are no longer emotionally attached to it. Once you're not emotionally attached to it, guess what? You can let it go. The second thing is breath work. Now, there's many different breath works that you can do here, but I really recommend if you're going to do breath work, do it with a specialist, because sometimes if it all surfaces, which it can do, especially when you do something like irregular breath work, or you do fire breath, or you do flutter breath, things like that, they can bring things up, and sometimes it gets too much and you feel a bit traumatized. It's nice to have some support there with you, right? Or just find an energy healer. That's what I would recommend for you. Right? Now, what do we need to learn throughout this process? We need to learn to forgive ourselves. It's very important to forgive yourself. If you don't forgive yourself, nobody else will forgive you, right? And that will also help you to create the space for healthy love to come in. Forgiveness. Let go. It's past. Be here now in the present. Let the past behind. When you do that, what do you have now? Space. You have the capacity. And now love will come to you, right? Because the healing opens the door to all the true connection, right? The true connection. I'm talking about the connection with you and your soulmate, the deepest connection, something magical, something maybe you haven't even experienced yet. It happens when you finally let go, right? Number 4, manifesting love with intention. So we got to clear intentions to attract healthier relationships, right? We have to have clear intentions. Right? We always say clarity is power. So what type of relationship are you actually looking to attract? Don't just be like, beautiful girl. No, hey, write a little bit more. What is the specification? Write it all down. And I know some people say you don't need to be specific. No, if you be specific, guess what? Then the universe can be more specific in giving you your order. Now, when do you not need to be so specific? Probably when the package comes and then you're like, hey, wait there a second. Do I take delivery or not? I know that sounds a bit weird when it comes to relationship, but you get a choice at that point. And sometimes you might even find, if you're not so attached with the outcome, that the universe might give you a package that's slightly different to what you asked for, but better than what you asked for. That often happens because the universe never gives you what you want. The universe always gives you what you need in that moment. And so eyes wide open, Manifest with clear intentions, visualize love that you desire, and embody that energy of love. Feel love. You got to feel it. Practice gratitude every single day and be grateful. I'll tell you what to be grateful for. You got to be grateful for your existing relationships. Doesn't matter, non-romantic, with yourself, doesn't matter. Because guess what? When you start valuing that, what you appreciate in your life, right? It appreciates. You get more of what you appreciate in your life, right? So that will set the stage for the new love to come in if that's what you're looking for, right? Always remember that your energy sets the tone for the love that you attract. Now moving on to point number 5, you guys have been waiting for this, which is how to create a healthy love blueprint. How do you get started? Well, first of all, you got to let go of your limiting beliefs that stem from the past wounds. That's what we already talked about. You got to establish new patterns based on self-love and respect. You got to surround yourself with supporting, loving people who reinforce your growth. I got to ask you that question. Do you guys have these things? If not, let us know inside the comments below. If you do, give me the tick box. Let us know inside the comments below. I'm just curious. How many of you have hit those tick points? Yes, I have let go of the limiting beliefs. Yes, I have established new patterns or new rituals, right? And I have self-love and respect. Yes, I do surround myself with supporting and loving people who reinforce my growth. Because when you do all of that, guess what? Because your tribe is your vibe, your network is your net worth, right? You become what you surround yourself with. So you create the blueprint for your love life. Because why? Because right now in this moment, you feel so much love. You look around you. Everyone's happy, joyful, full of love. So guess what? Continues. You get more of it. So what are some practical tips that you can get just to finish off here for manifesting healthy love? You got to engage in regular self-reflection and emotional check-ins. You got to reflect. Very important. That's why we always recommend people to journal. You got to create a vision board reflecting on your ideal relationship. Put them up there. What's the body look like? What do they do? What do they enjoy, right? What are other things? What's your future with them? Put it all on the vision board. Right? What's their personality? Put it on the vision board. What are the key traits? Write it on the vision board. So it keeps reminding you. It's very important, right? So create a vision board and then do and develop daily affirmations to reinforce self-love. I'm telling you right now, the amount of people who come here and say, Master, I want to manifest my ex back. And I'm like, dude, what you really need right now, right? That's what you want. But you got to understand something. What people want and what people need are two different things. Right? How many of you can be honest enough to realize that, by the way? Give me a yes inside the comments below if you realize what I'm saying. People want their ex back. I don't know why, but they want their ex back. But what they need isn't that. They feel lonely. They feel lack of. They feel scarcity. So what do they need? Self-love. What if I was to tell you that self-love was the key to get all your exes back at one time? I'm just joking, by the way. Who would want all their exes back at one time? Well, obviously some of you who want 11 wives, then obviously that will work too. But if it's not that, then you probably wouldn't want all your wives back, I was going to say, all your exes back. But what it will do, if you get into self-love, right, and that's your daily practice, guess what? You will attract the love of your life to be with you every single day, right? Unless the days you don't want them to be there, obviously. But otherwise, you will be magnetic to the love of your life just by practicing self-love. That's the key, and that's what everybody needs, right? And finally, obviously, seek some guidance. If you need therapists or therapy or something like that, some teachers, coaches, mentors, spiritual leaders, whatever it is, then find somebody to help you because they can spot your blind spots and help you out there. Another thing as well, practicing self-care rituals and nurturing your emotional well-being is extremely, extremely important. You got to love yourself before you expect other people to love you. That's a wrap for today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed this video, you got anything out of it whatsoever, please do hit the thumbs up. If it was just entertainment, you just smiled a few times. The thumbs up, allow this message to reach out to more people and help more people out there. Comment below, let us know any questions that you guys may have. I'll answer it on another call, on another video. And let us know where you guys are tuned in from. That's always nice to know. And finally, if you're new to the channel and you haven't already, remember to hit that subscribe button and the notifications button next to that. That's a little bell sign, by the way. Because this year on this channel, we're going to make daily videos. So you're accountable to make it your best year yet. But for now, guys, we're signing out. Love and peace to all of you. Namaste. Namo Himalaya.